Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have a reading here for you today. This is going to be about Bryan Kohberger. I believe I'm pronouncing the name correctly. He's the man that murdered the 4 college students in Idaho. Now, this has been highly requested. I just have not had time to do it, but I'm going to do a quick one here. There'll probably be part 2 and 3, but this is just really quick. This is just touching the surface. Y'all, don't forget to buy my cup. I don't have it here with me right now because I'm in the car, so I will show it in my next video. But the link is down below if you'd like to purchase it. It is to manifest good luck and health, money, and love. Also, don't forget to click on my link if you want to watch me on TikTok at Magic Tarot Cards. Or if you want to watch my brother's page, the link is down below. He's a great artist. Please subscribe to this page. If you want a personal reading, contact me with the information down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up. If you want a personal reading, contact me with the email down below. Alright, so for the first card, I asked about him. I wanted to get inside his mind and see what it was that he was thinking that made him do this stuff here. Sorry y'all, I'm just using a towel to cover my seat here because I'm not in my regular place, so you'll have to excuse the scenery in the background. So I asked, what was he thinking? What was on his mind? What was the real reason why he did this? And it's something that I always thought all along, but it did come out in the cards. So this is something that they haven't really talked about anywhere, so I'm going to give you the truth here. Okay, and this isn't going to be very long because I don't have a lot of time right now. We did have the Temperance. So I asked what was his mental state, what was the state of mind or inside his body. Was he a well-rounded person? Of course not. He committed murder. I'm seeing Temperance here in the reverse. So this represents that he had no balance in his life. Although he was a college student and did all these things, he still didn't have any balance, no mental stability. All right, he had a lot of things going on personally that was going on within himself that he was trying to fix. All right, so we're going to get to that one in the next video. I am seeing a decision being made. Here in the upright, this is when you're at a crossroads. And like I'm saying, he didn't have very much balance. So it looks like his life was at a crossroads. Just getting out of college or graduate. I don't know if he already graduated or was about to. Sorry, my phone is ringing. So it looks like he didn't know which direction to go. He was in deep thought about stuff. That's what the blue represents. His arms were crossed, meaning he's at a crossroads, didn't know which direction to take from this point on. And then there's a blindfold on him, and he's got his back towards the water. If you notice, the water is wavy. That represents turbulence in your life. Nothing is smooth here. Okay, so I'm seeing he's got his back to it. So he has no clear view of his future, all right, because he's blindfolded. But for him, it's in the reverse. So this represents a decision has been made. Okay, so what's the decision? Okay, so now we're going to talk about the people that he murdered. The one girl that they said, I don't know none of their names because I haven't really looked into it. But the one girl they said that got more stab wounds or he manipulated her more in her murder. This is the one that I feel he knew. This is the one that I see that he was infatuated with. Now, they haven't said this anywhere. I haven't seen anyone say this. But this is what the cards are telling me. This is what Spirit is telling me. He was fixated on her. He was infatuated with her. She was very pretty. They all were. I'm seeing that he used to see them out and about. He used to see them wherever they were dancing. I'm hearing the word dancing. Wherever there was music being played, he used to watch her. And he kind of had a crush on her. He kind of... almost, I'm going to say he kind of was falling in love with her secretly. Okay, so I do see at one point he approached her. And it was very subtle approach. It wasn't something like really huge. She was very pretty, so she was always approached by men, like guys flirting with her and stuff. But this was a little bit strange for her, and I don't feel like she would remember this, because this was like in a passing. So this is what the Page of Cups is for. This is someone that's in love, and they want to offer you a cup of love. You see that cup? And then there's the wavy water in the background, represents turbulence. This person has lots of turbulence in their life. They're always in deep thought about it, because we have blue here and blue here and blue here. Represents deep thought. He wasn't balanced. He made a decision here. What was the decision? The decision was to ask her out, or to approach her, or something to that nature, where, maybe he introduced himself or something. It was real quick. It was in the passing real quick. And I don't think that she didn't like him. She didn't have no interest in him. It was something real quick, like, hi, how you doing? And she kind of maybe was like, hi, whatever, and walked away. Or maybe he asked her out and she was like, no, thank you, walked away. Something to that effect. It was real small, like the small little thing. There was no, he didn't get the outcome that he wanted. He had these dreams about her, that he wanted to be with her, maybe start a relationship with her, because he used to see her all the time. This is something that she probably didn't notice, probably didn't even realize that he was around. I do feel like he was watching her a little bit, just where she goes. I feel like he would drive by her house. He followed her home one day just to see where she lives. Drove by her house, several times, many times, or he would just be out there watching her, maybe even with binoculars. I'm seeing binoculars, something to that effect. He used to fantasize about her, okay? He literally fantasized about her. He wanted her. He wanted to be with her. But in his dreams, it didn't come out the way he wanted, because this is the Lover's card in the reverse. This is in the upright. This is someone that has sex on the brain, okay? It's a good card in the upright. You have a relationship, but this person also only has sex on the brain. For him, it's in the reverse, representing his dreams aren't coming into fruition. What he wants isn't going to come. And he knew that. He realized that. Okay? He knew that. So, in the next one, we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. Again, this is someone that offers you a cup of love in the upright. That's what it is, a cup of love. But if you see the person underneath the tree, they're refusing. They got their arms and hands crossed because they're upset. They're refusing. They're saying no, so it's not going to happen. All right, so for him, it fell in the reverse, meaning it's never going to happen. It's a done deal. It's you can ask all you want to. It's just not going to happen. All right. So all this, I feel like, was driving him crazy, making him mad, thinking. He started going inside of his mind. He was already inside of his mind, but then he started going even deeper and saying, well, she thinks she's too good, she's this, she's that, and I'm just not going to have it, I'm just not going to put up with it. I want her to go out with me. And it was that kind of thought. People that think that way are kind of a little off. And he'll be like, well, she's just not going to act this way and get away with it. Thoughts, those kind of thoughts. I am seeing that there was some bad news that came in. This is a Page of Wands. When it's in the upright, it's good news. Was in the reverse, it's bad news. All right, so I'm seeing some kind of news either came in for him, or I'm kind of feeling he contacted her through phone, and she was like, no, I'm not interested, or whatever, and then there was the bad news. Okay, for him anyway. But I do feel like this situation all came from the fact that he was infatuated with her secretly. I don't think he ever spoke of this. I don't think she ever spoke of anything, because I don't think she ever knew till the very end. I really don't think she ever knew that he was infatuated with her and just wanted to be with her. All right, follow her around. He followed her around a lot. He studied their house, their habits, when they came and went, who was home, and stuff like that. Now, here's the twist, okay? Because I keep thinking, okay, he used a knife. It takes a minute to stab somebody to death. Now, where you're stabbing somebody to death and someone else is laying next to you, you're going to wake up, okay? You're going to wake up. You're going to... the person that's getting stabbed is going to fight back, is going to scream, is going to make noise. So why hasn't nobody heard this? It took a minute to stab, a couple minutes to stab somebody, and then you got to go stab the other one, and then the other one, and then there was 4 people. So why hasn't nobody else heard this and came rushing in and jumped on him? Okay, this is something that keeps going on and on and on. Why didn't anybody hear it? Why didn't anybody wake up? Why didn't anybody jump in to help? Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that I feel like they were, I'm not going to say knocked out, but in a place where they couldn't wake up. I feel like there was something given to them where they couldn't wake up, or maybe put them into a sleep, or something to that effect. I feel like Bryan might have, now remember y'all, this is a legend, but maybe he might have went into their house at some point and put something in the drinks. That way they could have passed out. Or something to that nature, y'all. Don't quote me because, you know, this is a tarot card reading and it's a legend. But I'm never wrong. So, anyway, I asked, okay, so this is what I feel. I feel like all this built up in his head, and it just kept going and going, and he was becoming more obsessed with her, and he was like, no, she's never going to date me. What am I going to do? It makes me angry when somebody else wants her, or when she's wants somebody else. She thinks she's all that, blah, 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 on and on. He would have all these crazy thoughts, right? So one thing led to another, and it came to the conclusion that we had, to where he broke in there and murdered her and murdered all of them. I feel like he was mad at all of them because he knew that they either talked about him or something to that effect. It says that they didn't know him, they weren't associated with each other. No, the police aren't going to find that because there aren't no phone calls. You know, they don't have a paper trail that shows that they were associated, but he did know this woman. Okay, he did know her. I'm going to say in the passing. I'm not going to say personally. They didn't know each other personally. He's not someone that she hung out with or anything like that. But I do feel like he was keeping an eye on her. All right. Now, for the last one, I asked, what's the final outcome for him? Well, here we have, again, the end of the karmic cycle. Now, this can mean many things. This can also mean death. Okay. And it can mean the end of one cycle and going on to another one. This is much depression when it's in the upright, because you see the black in the background. The new day, which would be yellow, is way in the back, so there's no new day coming. And then in deep thought, and this man has ended because all the 10 daggers are there in his back. The way of life is no longer, no more. So I am seeing that he most likely will get the death penalty, and his life will end. He will get in. I'm seeing something about 10 years to life, and then death penalty. So it could be something like that. But his life is over. There's not gonna. I don't feel like he will ever tell the truth of the whole meaning of, or the reason why he did it. I don't feel like he'll ever tell that. He might tell bits and pieces, and they might put things together. But the real reason, because he was infatuated with this girl, I don't feel like that'll ever come out, or he'll ever tell anybody this. Now, don't be surprised if he does, because, you know, things change all the time. But I'm seeing as of right now that he most likely will not admit to that. He's not going to say, oh, I killed her because she didn't go out with me, you know, something to that effect. But there's got to be something wrong with him, you know. People don't just go around, normal people don't go around doing something like that. He's a psycho. Something wrong with him. He has severe issues going on inside of him. All right, y'all. I'm going to end here because I am going to do a part 2 that's going to be more, it's going to be longer than this, when I have more time. I don't have a whole lot of time right now because I got to be somewhere. But other than that, you know, pray for the spirits of these people, because I am going to be contacting them as well in another video. But pray for the spirits of them. And then pray for justice, okay? Pray for justice be done for them, because they sure need it, and pray for their families. All right, y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and call me or email me if you want a personal reading. See you next time. Bye-bye.